Wow, I think we're actually streaming for real. How about that? Does it work? It works. Hey, it all works. Thank goodness it works. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes just to let everyone get in here as well as letting me set up the game. The game isn't really the focus for this. It's kind of more just me chilling out, relaxing, talking to chat, throwing some ideas back and forth and stuff. Talking about my day, talking about your day, just having a good time all around. Chat seems to be working. We've got one concurrent viewer. You're saying Prince, hello. Welcome to the stream. It's been a little while since I've done one of these streams. I feel like I say that every time I do a stream, where I'm like, wow, it sure has been a bit, hasn't it? Hello, Zach, the Very Lucky Engine Productions. Welcome to V. That's what this stream is. This stream is V. Let me just make sure my audio is all good. I think we're basically good to go here. We're gonna be just kind of relaxing, playing a little bit of Pokemon, having some good times. Not really focusing too much on the game here, although there is a reason I am playing Pokemon, which I'll get to in a second. We're playing Pokemon Let's Go, which I don't hear a lot of people talk about very often. It's kind of just there in terms of Pokemon games, which is a shame because I think it's actually quite good. I really do enjoy this game. I think it's very fun. It's not a traditional Pokemon game. The catching mechanics are all different and you can't fight wild Pokemon, but the core elements of Pokemon are here. And there's also no abilities, which kind of bummed me out at first, but then I realized, hey, I can fight a poison type and not die from poison by daring to, like, look at it the wrong way. I'm just going to move my window over here just so we're in the thing here. Let me guess, you're a fellow Dragon Ball fan as well. I do enjoy Dragon Ball. I've not extensively watched the series, but I do like it, yeah. So I'm just going to... Oh, this is a stiff stick. What the heck? How did they screw it? What the fudge did they do? Okay, so I sent my sticks over to Nintendo to get them fixed up because they were wonky and drifting because Nintendo Switch. There we go. Maybe it was just because I haven't used this controller. For some reason, the stick was just really stiff to start, which sounds a little bit odd, but you know what, whatever. Someone's saying, this is literally the only Pokemon game I've ever played. You know what? Honestly, not a bad Pokemon game. I'd say this is probably the best version of Gen 1 you could play. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, but Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green are good, but I think that this game is just, like, better in terms of just, like, maybe not so much better as a Pokemon game, but I'd say it's just better as a video game. Like, there's so much more character going on in this game, and I really wish... I don't do Let's Plays, but if I did do, like, a video about this, I really want to showcase, like, a whole bunch of stuff. It's a good thing, then, that, we're playing this game for a reason, actually, and that's because I am doing a Pokemon video, not right now, but eventually. I want to make a giant video, basically, where I catch every single Pokemon, which sounds like hell. And that's why I want to do it. And I figured what better place to start than with Generation 1. Well, I thought, you know, let's start with the Game Boy games. But the Game Boy games aren't on the Game Boy Switch app. So, you know, this was the next best thing. Because I don't like using emulator stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to play some Pokemon. You might be thinking, wow, he's... let me actually check my stats so far here. Wow, he's only got 3 badges. And he's in, he's got like 17 hours worth of playtime. What's the deal there? Well, there's a reason for that. You see, I've been recording a whole bunch of Pokemon footage. And, when I haven't been recording Pokemon footage, when I've been away from my setup, I've been doing a little bit of grinding. I've been getting a lot of items. You notice here, you're not supposed to have 29 nuggets in most Pokemon games. But I have them. I have them because basically every day you can run up and down that hallway and get a bunch of items. And most of the time you'll get 2 nuggets and a pearl. And I've been using those because money in this game isn't hard to come by, but, you know, I like having money. So I'll just go get a lot of money. And I've also been using that time to fight a certain someone down here. For those who've played Sun and Moon, this girl might look familiar to you. She is... Mina, that's the one. She's the fairy trial leader? I think it's trial leader. I haven't played Sun and Moon in forever. I played it when it came out. I did like them, but I wasn't particularly into it. It wasn't anything against the game. It's just I wasn't feeling it at the time. So... I don't remember a whole lot of it. I do remember bits and pieces of it, though. I remember thinking it was a good game all around. Pokemon's always one of those series where you know what you're getting into. You know, you plug it in, you know you're going to have a good time. And yeah, I say that even about the Gen 8 games and Scarlet and Violet, because those games are good. I don't care what anyone says. I've seen people go as far as to say that they are intentionally bastardized Pokemon games. And I disagree wholeheartedly. I think that Gen 8 does so much good. Even the Diamond and Pearl remakes, I think, are just way overblown with how much people don't like them. And, you know, you're allowed to dislike things. It's just I don't particularly agree. In chat, someone's saying, oh, just switching topics. In chat, someone's saying, what's your in most of the top... What's your in most of the Thomas series, fan series that include... I'm sorry, you're saying Prince, you're gonna have to type that again. I'm not... What's my opinion of the fan stories that include those 2 characters? 98462 and 87546. They're good. I enjoy them. I really like Sodor Dark Times, and I also enjoy the stories of Sodor. They're Victor Tanzik's take on Alfred, for as little as we get to see him. I think that they're good takes on him. I also enjoy the Buried Trucks stories. He's got a couple which they kind of go the same, not the same way, but they kind of like frame the 2 loaned engines as bad guys, and there's not really a whole lot of room for, I guess, like, exploring them. But I mean, they are supposed to just be like asshole engines, so I don't blame him for wanting to do that. Yeah, I think they're good stories. They're fun stories. I don't really have much to say about them. Oh, Streak of Blue. This is a bit of a funny story. So I have when I was doing the Jimmy the Ginty review for the Halloween video, I realized actually that there's a story in that series that is like, I think it's called Jimmy and the Irish Mail. And that's like, I'm not gonna say that it's like, that Streak of Blue is like plagiarized from it or anything. But I will say that they're very similar stories, and I think that like the similarities are mostly fascinating to me. And I kind of want to do a video, like, comparing the 2, because that's, like, it's... I don't know if Streak of Blue is based off of it, but if it's not, then that's really interesting. That they're just, like, they happen to be so similar to one another. Because it's like, smaller train is told, you'll never be him, kid. And then an engine fails, which causes the small train and the train who's like his mentor, I guess, to have to come together to pull an express. And I just think it's really cool. And I have completely forgotten where I'm supposed to go. I don't think I'm supposed to go to Diglett's Cave. Oh wait, no, I am, because Diglett's Cave leads us back to Pewter. Pewter City, which will eventually take us back around to where we have to go. There's a specific fan story called Edward's Ally that writes, 87546 is quiet, sad engine. Oh, I have not seen that one. Honestly, I have not watched a lot of Thomas fan content in a while. Not since the Halloween video. I just want to take a little bit of a break, you know. Just step back for a bit and take a look at some other stuff. I've been working on a big video in collaboration with the Thomas Theorist, and that's been taking up a lot of my time, as well as work, which is why that video is not out yet. I'm hoping to get it out soon. I have an entire bit that I'm still waiting on someone I've commissioned them to make, like, for money, and they haven't responded to me since I initially spoke to them. And it kind of it doesn't frustrate me, but it's like, shoot, like I've got the money. I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in the wrong place. I got to go back. Gosh dang it. I need to, yeah, because this is going to take me all the way through Mount Moon, and I don't want to go all the way through Mount Moon. So yeah, I'll definitely try to get more. I think the next video after that one is probably going to be a review, because, well, okay, so the next video, there's going to be two next videos. They're going to come out together. One of them is going to be a review. It's going to be a revisit review, sort of. Kind of like a remaster. I won't say on which episode. And then one of them is going to be basically... you're going to probably roll your eyes when you hear this. It's going to be a compilation of basically all of my old Who Did It Better videos. Not because I am trying to make a compilation just to have something to upload. It's more so I want to just have all of those videos in one place just to kind of clean things up a bit. I'm still debating whether or not I really want to commit to it, but I think I probably will. Just because I want to do more than just talk about Thomas content. Like, I want to talk about other people who make things on the internet. And if someone clicks on the channel and they're like, oh, it's full of Thomas videos, well, I mean, it is a Thomas related channel, but I don't want it to just be all Thomas all the time. Maybe that stance will change over time. Maybe it won't. I'm not 100% sure. Thoughts on Stories of Sodor Season 5? You know what? I liked it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it is better than Seasons 3 and 4. I think it is a very interesting experiment where Victor Tanzik had the idea to make a sort of ongoing, like, mystery kind of story. And I honestly think a lot of it could have been fleshed out a bit more, but what's there isn't necessarily bad. Like, I think all the story beats are very good. I just feel like it could have been a little longer in a few places. Specifically with the last two episodes, Fallout and Munitions. Munitions I actually thought was pretty good. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've talked to people who didn't like it because it follows the Munitions from Tugs too closely, which, I mean, his series has always been like a Tugs-Thomas hybrid, so I don't really see that as a problem. I just think that, like, the action sequence maybe could have been a little longer. Like, I don't know how it could have been longer, but I feel like it just could have been, like, a bit longer, if that makes sense. Just, like, a tiny bit. Just, like, add, like, a couple more things happening in it. Because it kind of just happens really fast. And then Fallout, I would have, like, me personally, I would have added a bit where, when Thomas, spoilers, is confirmed dead, which was never a freaking question for me in the first place. Like, Jeffrey fucking died from bonking his head on a tree. Thomas had a fucking bomb blow up in his face, practically. Like, he's dead. He's the deadest dead that ever deaded. I would have had, once it was, like, confirmed, like, oh, he's dead, Percy, specifically. Maybe not Toby or Edward, but definitely Percy, like, be inconsolable and break down. And, like, maybe, like, run off and then have a moment with, like, Percy and Toby or Percy and Edward. Just because I feel like Thomas and Percy in that show are, like, the two, like, buddies. Like, they're, like, the dynamic duo in that show. And I don't know, it kind of feels like, maybe that would have felt, like, a little forced, I don't know. Because keep in mind, at this point, like, Percy's, like, fairly old. He's not, like, young Percy, akin to like Sunshine at the start of Tug's. Although with Tug's voice actor, I can't wrap my head around him being a young character. He sounds like older than Tencent. Anyway, I thought they were good. I thought generally the season just, I think, could have been a little more fleshed out, and it would have been probably like I'd say it would be on par with season 4. Season 4 is my absolute favorite. It does the most with all of its characters. Season 5 is I wouldn't say, like, when I say it's not a fun season, I mean that in the same way that Beaching is not a fun episode. Like, it's a season where, like, it just, like, shitty things happen constantly, and the characters just have to, like, keep trudging forward despite all the shit. Will you ever make a video about how I'm sorry, will you make a video about how it says it, but I think that's hit tenders for Henry versus tender engine squeak. I'm not again, I'm sorry, Oil King, I'm not 100% sure what you're saying there. If you wouldn't mind retyping that, I would appreciate it, just because I'm sorry, I'm not 100% clear. Which version of Sodor's Dark Times do you prefer? The original by Richard Jordan, the Trains for Days ones, or... they're all very different stories. They're not really similar. I guess the Bradley, the Thomas fan one it does have some similar beats. That whole explosion scene is not wholesale ripped, but it's definitely pretty similar to the one from Sodor Dark Times. The Richard Jordan one is always going to hold a special place in my heart, though, because when the final attack came out, I was like, holy crap, there's more? And that was cool. That was a cool feeling. To just realize, like, oh my gosh, the story's not done yet. Because I thought that was just going to be the end of it. And there was never going to be, like, a follow-up. And so seeing a follow-up was, like, amazing. You know what I could do? I have these stones. I have moonstones that I've been holding off on using until I was at my recording thing. So let's, where are they? Actually, though, where are they? Yeah, so here's a little fun thing about this game, is that you can get moonstones infinitely in Mount Moon, but they're hidden. And you can only get hidden items through your Eevee wagging its tail. It's basically, that's like your item finder, and it's a really cool like idea for an item finder. The thing is, though, is that it's very subtle, and sometimes you might not notice it. So I didn't get any moonstones my first time through, and I had to like really search around. What session? I think we're in session... Are we in session 10? I've done so many of these, gosh dang it. I think we're... Okay, no, I think we're in session... You know, I'll just check the recording folder. Because I have a spreadsheet. That's how seriously I'm taking this. I busted out the spreadsheet. I only bring out the spreadsheet when I've got... So this is session 10, yeah. I only bring out the spreadsheet when shit gets real. 18 minutes and 40-something seconds. Cool. 18:40. Awesome. We now have Clefable. Clefable is pretty cool. I like Clefable as a Pokemon, and I think that's good for now. Let's actually go into our box here and trade Pokemon, because one thing that I've been slowly getting more into doing in Pokemon is having teams like that are more diverse. So instead of just having like the core 6, especially with this challenge, because you have to level up Pokemon to evolve them, I've been having like a lot of Pokemon that I interchange with one another. So I try to keep everything, try to keep everyone as equal as possible. Which definitely, I'm going to be honest, it makes playing this game, like playing Pokemon, a lot more fun when you have a wider team that you can pull from. And it's obviously a lot harder to do in the older games because you can't switch boxes on the fly like this. But for the newer games, it's actually really easy. Like, I can just access my full team just by going into the box, like, wherever I want. I don't have to go to a Pokemon Center or anything. There was one more, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Oh, Nidorina. Yeah, we'll add you to the party in place of Lorenzo. So something, I'll get to the chat in a second. I'm sorry, I keep going off on tangents. Something that me and my friend who's been like joining me on these streams, which we've been doing privately. This is the first one that I've actually decided, you know what, I'm gonna stream on YouTube. We've been like giving like personalities to the characters I get, like to the Pokemon, I guess. So we've got Lorenzo, who we were like, what's a good name for Pokemon, Nidorino, and we just settled on like Lorenzo being like this mob boss who like talks like a stereotypical of New York accent, like I'm gonna mess this up, but like we'll use I can't do it, but if you've seen The Godfather, you know what I mean. It's like, no, I can't do it. It's not gonna happen. And then we have, if I can get to the other Pokemon here, I'll get rid of Helping Hand. I'm not using Nidoqueen. I just wanted to have Nidoqueen logged in because you can't, I don't think you can get Nidoqueen basically anywhere else. Gosh, I'm all over the place. Nidoqueen, session 10, and 2130, good. 2130. And so that's something that we've been doing with our Pokemon that we've been encountering, is giving them like little personality traits. And it's completely it doesn't like really add anything to the game or like what we do in the game. It's just kind of fun. So we've got Sneck, Cinder, Dunkaroo, Scarlet, and Hump, which you might be wondering what that stands for. It stands for Hippity Hoppity, Get Off My Property. And that's really funny to me. And then we have Jenna, who is like our protagonist character. So if I were to turn this into a video, she'd be like the because Eevee in this game is fucking cracked. Eevee in this game is absolutely buck wild. So she's like this chaotic force of nature, trapped inside a small fox Pokemon that's just like ready to fucking kill everything that she comes across. So that's the story, I guess. And then I think we also have, Scarlet I've headcanoned as like they're like buddies or something. I don't know. Oh, we're still working on the lore, but that's basically what we got so far. I'm also, who else do I want? Scarlet's asleep, so I don't really want her in the front. I think, oh no, I definitely want to put Lorenzo in the party because he is one that I actually want to use. And then also I have Kangaskhan called Dunkaroo because that's just funny. A lot of the names are just like, what's a funny name for a Pokemon? And then some of them are like, oh, it's like lore, like Lorenzo's the mob boss or something. Anyway, I'm gonna stop telling you guys about my Pokemon headcanons because that's not what you're here to listen to, or maybe you are. I don't know. Animosity and Beaching are my least favorite Swords of Sodor episodes. I liked the Animosity quite a bit. I don't know. I just, call me biased, I just really enjoy the type of storytelling that is in the Stories of Sodor. It feels like it's very digestible. Like there's some what's one that's like way above my pay grade. It was very good. It's like with Lego characters. It wasn't Enterprising Engine, but it was definitely in the same style. That was like way deep in the frickin' like artsy storytelling, which was very good. Oh, fuck. It was very good, but it was just like so much stuff had to just be explained to me because I didn't get it. Are you hyped for Thomas and the... Oh, Tobias. Oh, you're talking about Tobias and the fucking guy. Yeah, I am. I'm very excited for that. That is another thing that I want to do a video on, is I want to do, like, one on Tobias and the Half Pariah, and another one on Tobias and the Arcane Merchant. I was hoping, like, when I heard that it was coming out last year for Christmas, I was super hyped. But it just didn't seem likely, and then I saw the posts being like, oh yeah, it's not going to happen until, like, August 2024. Which is still, you know what, to be fair, for something that's 10 years in the making, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I also think that I am lost in this cave, and I really hope that this is the exit. Cool, this is the exit. In my opinion, I would have liked Kate Lady to be trained by Thomas out there. Yeah, honestly, that's another thing I will critique about Season 5, is that I like that Thomas and Kate get, like, a little bit of a thing, like, closure. However, I also think that it could have been handled a little bit better. What I would have done is have Thomas be, like, having to help close down the mine along with Samantha, and then some shit happens, and you reference, or parody reference, whatever you want to call it, like, he puts in the bit from Thomas Percy and the Coal where he gets covered in coal, just like, that's like the climax of that, and they realize, like, okay, we've got to stop, like, feuding and stuff, and Kate settles down a little bit. Are you referring to Sudrian Conflict? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I remember binging some Thomas series with Lego characters, and Hitler was in it. And Hitler was in it, baby. I guess I can take Needle Queen out of the party. Let's put someone else in. Chat, who do we put in? Do we put in Jenna, the cracked Eevee, Cinder, the very angry Charmeleon, Leo, who's just here, Bird, Bird from the YouTube channel Bird, for those unaware, Sneck, or Kaching Neck. Oh, Sneck's already in the party. Crab, Hypno, he's just Hypno, or Bella, or I think that's everyone that we can choose from right now. That's basically my or Supernova. Who do we choose? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Will you ever open a Discord server? I've thought about it, but I don't use Discord enough to justify that. I only, like, because my job takes me into the city. I live out in the country, and so I'm usually away from my PC for a week at a time. So, yeah, probably not. Also, from what I've seen from Discord servers, there's just so much drama that inevitably comes from it, where, like, opinions or just personalities collide and things go wrong. I've seen it happen in the Thomas fandom, like, once a month practically. So probably not. I'm quite content with just being here on YouTube and talking to you guys on stream or in the weekly reports and stuff. Yep, they sing, I can't pronounce that even if I wanted to, in the first episode to celebrate the end of World War II. Yes, you read that right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then I guess it is Sudrian Conflict that I'm thinking about. That one had a lot of crazy storytelling that was way above anything that I could understand. Like, there was, like, stuff in there, and now that I have watched it, I could probably go back and watch it and be like, oh, that's from this thing. It'd be a fun series to timeline. I don't know if I ever will, but I definitely could. Will you do the Steamy Awards again? Probably not. That was a lot of work. Even if it hadn't spectacularly blown up in my face as it did, that was a lot of work. That was, like, so much stuff. It probably, looking at it now, looking at what I've made now, it probably wouldn't be as hard, but at the time it was just so much. There was so much to keep track of. Yeah, so I wouldn't say that. I'd definitely like to do more big comparative reviews, though. Like, more that's like 13 stories or 12 stories or something like that. No one's saying who they want to choose, so I'm just going to go with Supernova, because Supernova is pretty cool, and I like Clefable. We're going to be fighting ghost types, so we'll put Supernova at the front of the party, because she is... Oh no, Moonblast isn't strong against them. Shit. I always get Psychic and Fairy mixed up. I think Sneck knows Crunch, so we'll put Sneck at the front. Cool. Okay, now we're ready to enter the gosh dang Lavender Town Tower. Get ready to have your towers lavendered. Do any of these people have anything interesting to say? I am a chancellor, one who speaks with spirits. There's spirits somewhere higher in this tower. I'm sure there is. Oh, now I'm just sad. Gosh dang it! What? I shouldn't be talking to these people. Oh, what a cute boy. Are you heading up to the Pokemon Channel? I have an idea. I bet the Pokemon here would be even happier if you had a spiffy outfit on. You ever just, like, you know that relatable moment where you're walking around a funeral home and some lady just gives you clothes? I haven't seen the spiffy outfit. Let's have a gander here. Oh yeah, my character name is Orange because red and blue. Formal outfit. Ooh, I like that. I like the hat. Ooh, does that mean that Jen is going to have, like, a cool hat, too? Ooh. Pants. What do we got? Ooh. Ooh, I've got the drip. My gosh, do I have a... Ooh, I've got the formal bag. Just as good as the other bag. Hat. Oh, fuck yes. They gave her a fedora. My gosh. You can't see the T. But she's wearing it, trust me. I think, can we see it in the play? Not really. Attention is focused on a Pokeball. Oh, Jenna, you silly fuck. Have some head pats. Look at her. She's perfect. Favorite character from Stories of Sodor. Wait a minute, let me read that again. Someone else typed while I was doing that. Favorite Stories of Sodor new character from each season of it. From each season, that's a little trickier. I like Peter a lot. I think he's like a really nice, balanced character in seasons 1 and 2, where like you have two distinctly split sides. He's a nice streak of gray. Lily as well eventually becomes that, which I really like. Oh, hey, there's an item here. A little casual grave robbing, never hurt anyone. They're not using the elixir anyway, it's fine. What do you think of the Stories of Sodor episode Betrayal? I don't know. It doesn't exist yet. I'm sure it'll be good. I trust Victor Tanzik to make good things. So, yeah. Weird question, but what are your PC specs? That is... I have a bit of a weird answer to that. So, when I bought my PC in 2020. You know, 2020, the best year of all time. And it's an iBuyPower gaming PC, which is very good. It's quite strong. I wouldn't call it like an ultra, ultimate, super, mega, awesome monster truck, cool PC, but I like it. I think that it is good for what I needed to do. I don't play a lot of PC games. I play a little bit of Minecraft, and that's about it. So yeah, that's my PC. If you want like a good PC, iBuyPower it's lowercase I, caps I think for the rest of it, by Power, is a very good brand. Thoughts on Thomas relationships, and what's your favorite couple in the Stories of Sodor? This is actually interesting because Thomas Theorist just made a video about relationships, and I thought it was pretty good. I don't think he had too many points that I haven't really heard before, but I thought that his points were pretty good. I think having the characters like one another is, like, a lot of people think that that's weird. I think that that's perfectly fine. I mean, like, I get down with the ships, you know. I'm all about the shipping characters thing. So I think it's okay. Favorite couple in Stories of Sodor, probably Thomas and Kate, just because by the end of season 2, that really felt like something that was earned. I really like it. I think it had the most dynamic out of all of them in that series. Also, in the main series, Thomas and Ashima, underrated, honestly. Especially in They didn't do a whole lot in the Thomas Crater Collective with it, but what was there I really liked. I thought that was very cute. Hercules spends his shift close to open water, so he'd be more likely to know about the White Fleet. And there's a limit on word count. Am I missing something? Oh, wait. Eggman Nega is... he's got something else here. I forgot to bring this up during your Who Did It Better Scary Stories, but Hercules knew about the White Fleet because he's an ocean-going tug. That is... Okay, that is fair, but why did he not tell his coworkers? I feel like his coworkers should have known. Like, if he knew, why didn't they know? That was my whole thing for that, because that kind of renders the story moot a little bit. Also, Dunkaroo is getting her ass blasted right now. Oh, what do I think Betrayal will be about? Every time I read that, I read the word Benadryl, and I have to stop and correct myself. What do I think Betrayal Season 6 Stories of Sodor will be about? I'm going to say it'll be... Sir Topham Hatt goes to Denny's, and he orders a Grand Slam, but instead he gets an order of waffles, and then he firebombs the Denny's. Yeah. that's my expert analysis. Why is frickin' purple so strong? I mean, I guess my Pokemon aren't super over-leveled, but still, like, he's heckin' strong. And I'm paralyzed. That's lovely. What do I got in my inventory here? I don't think Supernova is really gonna last much longer anyway, but I just need to think for a second here. My mom used to work at Denny's. Maybe she was the one who replaced Sir Topham Hatt's Grand Slam with a stack of waffles. I say that like I don't enjoy waffles. Waffles are freaking epic, man. That's good for a Sodor short. Thoughts on them and favorite and least favorite? I think the Sodor shorts, I know a lot of people don't like them. I feel like I've said that like 5 times now, where it's like, a lot of people don't like blank, but I quite enjoy it. They're not my favorite shorts. A lot of them do kind of... wait, you can do that? Supernova, you can fucking do that? You can just unparalyze yourself? What the shit? I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. I've lost my train of thought. I think the shorts are fun. I think that they were better when they were longer and like a little more story driven than just like these short, like, we're gonna hit you real hard with a left hook that you weren't expecting. But they are supposed to be shorts, and they're supposed to just be, like, funny, wacky things. I think they're harmless most of the time. Except for the ones that are way too fucking edgy. Well, I say way too edgy. I'm a fucking Jay Schlatt fan, so, you know, like, I'm hardened to it at this point. But I can understand why people would be a little perturbed by Thomas with Hitler mustache. So, hey, yeah, I don't know. GTA 6, are you asking me if I have GTA 6? Or are you asking me if I am GTA 6? Or if I'm getting GTA 6? You just said GTA 6 and a question mark. I don't know what this... What is this? GTA 6? Yes. GTA 6, baby. Hardened like a metapod. Menopod. Not menopod. That's like autocorrect menopause. One letter off. Metapod. It's with a T, so it's like meta and then it's a pod. What's your favorite Pokemon game? That is redacted. You don't have to redact it. That's okay. You can ask me what my favorite Pokemon game is. That's a hard question for me to answer because Pokemon games, I found after Gen 3 or 4, it comes more down to what do you want in an RPG experience. If you want something very basic and traditional, Gen 4 is very good. Gen 4 and Gen 5 are very good. If you want something that is like a little more... how do I put this? if you want something that's like a little more out there, a little different, I would suggest Sun and Moon. If you want an archaic hellhole where the game is actively fighting you at all times, Red and Blue. If you want a very good sequel to Red and Blue, Gold and Silver was literally made to be a sequel. And if you want a game that represents Pokemon in its entirety, I would honestly suggest X and Y. I think X and Y is the most Pokemon game, if you'd ask me. Or maybe I'm just biased because I just recently got done watching the Pokemon X and Y anime, and it is so fucking good. Oh my gosh, that ending is amazing. Did you see the GTA 6 trailer? Honestly, I did not. I don't play Grand Theft Auto. I would like to play Grand Theft Auto one day, but it's not something that I really am like, oh my gosh, Grand Theft Auto. I've always been more of a Nintendo fan than anything else. This is an ace trainer, and my team is not ace material right now. Jenna, you gotta come out of retirement to beat someone up. I'm gonna replace you with your lover, Scarlet. Let's see here. What's your favorite Thomas OC? Examples: Richard, Dudley, Alfred, etc. I don't know too many other Thomas OCs other than those three, so it's kind of hard for me to say. Probably Richard. I'm gonna say Richard. Richard's fun. I like Richard a lot. I think that out of all of the, and to be fair, like, there's not too many new characters in the what's it called? In frickin' Carson's Video Workshop stuff to really... What am I trying to say? Oh my gosh. There's not a whole lot of OCs in Carson's Video Workshop, but I think that the ones that are there, the two that are there, I think Richard's probably the stronger of the two than Dudley. I do like Dudley. I like how his comeuppance is handled, but I think Richard is overall a more well-rounded character. He's also just a character that does not exist in Thomas. Like, he is literally a character that I've never seen attempted, where he's very much like the way he talks is very different. He doesn't talk like a Thomas character. He talks like Steve that you meet on the bus going to work. What are your thoughts on Stories of Sodor Season 5? Someone already asked me that. TLDR, I think it's good. It could have been a little more fleshed out. That's all I have to say. I think it is about on, I would say, better than Season 1. Probably, if I haven't done like a ranking of them. I would say little less than I'd say a little, like, between, like, a little less than Season 3, a tiny bit better than the SCPs. Which I did enjoy the SCP stuff, but I think that is just, like, a hair a bit better. Thank you, Jenna, for avoiding at my shout. What a way to go. What a gamer. Dudley feels like Diesel. Dudley is the steam engine equivalent of Diesel in both design and personality. He's very much like the anti-Diesel, where he's prejudiced against Diesels, and fair play to him. Like, you can understand why he hates Diesel so much. That would have been a fun freaking episode to have Diesel and Dudley face off against one another. Dudley, I wouldn't say Dudley's boring. I think he is... I don't know. I think he's an interesting antagonist. But he doesn't really... He's just kind of... compared to... Not but he isn't really a character that... Like, he comes and he goes, is what I'm saying. That's what you think, brother. What was your first video game? My first video game was... Okay, this is a bit of a weird question. The first video game I ever played that was mine, that I owned, was Pokemon Yellow. I did not get far in the game because I was a stupid child. I was like 8. So, you know. Uh, that was the first one. I'd say my first video game experience. Oh shoot. So I used to, when I was very young, I would go to a babysitter, and she had like a, oh my gosh, there's so many ghosts. Oh my gosh, there's so many ghosts. I don't like this. I would go to a babysitter. She had N64, GameCube, I think also Xbox, all the stuff for her two kids. And her two kids were fucking assholes. They were like 13, fucking spoiled ass kids. Just total dipshits. But I remember, and you might be thinking, oh wow, that's a little bit harsh. No, it's not harsh, because they thought it would be funny for them and all the other kids to gang up on me and then tie me to a chair with a fucking bike lock and torture me. And I cried. So no, they're fucking assholes. But she had like the N64 and the GameCube, and when everyone was kind of chill, we would play N64. And I think the first game I remember playing was like one of the early ones. I can't pinpoint which ones. Mario 64, Pokemon Stadium, a Zelda game. I think it was Ocarina of Time, but it looked too good to be Ocarina of Time. Like the graphics, maybe that was just me. And freaking Mario Party 2 and Smash 64 are all games that spring to mind. And I know for a fact that I played those games before I got my Game Boy. I'm positive on that. Or it was slightly after. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure Snek is dead. No, he's not, because he's a tank. Cool. My first game was Sonic 2 for the Game Gear. Sonic 2 for the Game Gear, baby. What an experience that must have been. I'm so sorry for you. And Coyote, a Coyote Roadrunner game. Was that any good? I don't know who you'd play as in a Coyote Roadrunner game. Maybe Coyote and like you gotta build the traps, but this is probably like, again, Game Gear, so the Game Gear, I shouldn't shit on it too much. Game Gear had a lot of fun in it. But also it was a battery guzzler like nothing else. And it was Sega's attempt to mimic the Game Boy, probably a better system beat for beat, but it just doesn't have like the same games that it had. A lot of Sonic games though, like Sonic Blast. Remember Sonic Blast? What a time. Let's switch out here, or maybe not switch out, but I'm gonna heal because Snek is kind of dying here. Dunkaroo has Bite, which is good, but she's not very strong, which is not good. You play as the Roadrunner avoiding the Coyote. I only made it to the second level, so do you remember if it was fun or not? if you could dig that far back into your memory bank. Jenna wants me to pet her again. What do you got, Jenna? Aww. It's frightened by the spooky atmosphere. Gosh dang, I love this game. I love that you get to... Oh. Okay, I guess I'll go then. Okay. I love that this game lets you interact with Eevee. And like there's a lot of cutscenes and stuff where Eevee does things, which I think is pretty cool. It's just very, very cute, very sweet. I really enjoy it. We're about 48 minutes in. I believe at this time Luke is premiering his Jack in the Pack video. So, you know, honestly, I was watching it earlier this morning while eating breakfast. I got the inside scoop. I got the what's it called? What's the word? When the media pass, yeah. The journalistic inside look at the video. And honestly, I would say probably if you're watching this, maybe open a new tab and watch this, because I'm just going to be here playing Pokemon and rambling to myself. So, yeah. In fact, maybe I'll pause the stream, go watch that, and then when everyone's back, then I'll continue. Although maybe I won't, because I do actually want to get through Lavender Tower. But yeah, don't feel bad if you're like, oh, Luke's got a thing, but I'm watching the stream. Like, go watch Luke's thing, because Luke's thing's actually good. I have an animated bit in it. I made a thing for his stream, for his thing, and it's really good. And that guy's outside the map. Why is it outside the map? I don't like that it's able to do that. I'm gonna run away now. Oh my gosh, could you walk any faster, please? There are ghosts about. It's spooky. It's spooky Ooga Booga haunted cemetery place land. What's your favorite Thomas merchandise range? Wooden Railway, Tomy, Take and Play, etc. My first one was Take and Play, and I love Take and Play, but they suck for filming. Like, any time I've tried to do filming stuff with it, it just doesn't work. The magnets are not strong enough. I don't know why that is. I remember them being a lot stronger, although I was probably a lot younger. Maybe they just get weak over time. I don't know. Tomy is one of my... probably the one that I go to the most. I just really like it a lot. It's just fun. Not a lot of my Tomy trains work anymore. I got the Thomas's Bitchin' Bridge play set, otherwise known as the Great Discovery Action Canyon set. And... it came with a couple trains because I bought it from someone else. And the only engine that frickin' can go on that I have is Toby. That came with the set. Cause I got Alexi, which doesn't work. I got Gordon, just Gordon, not his tender. He doesn't work. I have a James that I bought like in 2021. Brand new, fresh out of the box, doesn't work. So Toby's the only one that can traverse that. And I have a video on my phone of him doing it, and I want to make that a short one day, but I'm not sure when. But it will probably be at some point. Have you heard of Lavender Town Syndrome? I have. It's not real, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't scare me a little bit. It's a little bit frightening. Do not look it up, please. I'm begging you. If you are watching this, don't look up Lavender Town Syndrome. Just don't. I also need to open up my drink because my voice is getting a little dry. Nice opening Diet Coke ASMR for you. Oh, I'm sure that's not gonna make me frickin' belch on stream. Just let the demon out. I'm begging to. Yeah, don't look up. No, don't look up. Zach, I'm telling you now from the bottom of my heart, from the deepest, darkest reaches of my cold, stony heart, don't look it up. You're not ready. You'll never be ready. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me get the Secret Service over there. I'll do it. Don't think I won't, because I will. What's your thoughts on Timothy the Ghost Engine? That is a video for another time, but in so many words, it depends on which thing you're talking about, because there's a lot of adaptations for it. Some of them I think are really good. Some of them I thought were really good, but haven't aged particularly well. And some of them are, well, a story for another time. There was one that was like a model one, which was a cool subversion of it that I really liked. I don't know if I'd ever be able to find it again, but if I can, I want to make, for Halloween this year, a big video. There are 2 big videos that I want to do. Maybe 3. One of them is, like, talking about Timothy the Ghost Engine. And if you can guess what the other 2 are, I'll give you a cookie. But if you can't guess what they are, then you get no cookies. That's the rule. But yeah, Timothy's one that I would like to do at some point. Fake out Tail Whip Leer. Why does it learn Tail Whip and Leer? Those do the same thing. They're literally the same move. They lower your opponent's defense by 1. There's no difference between them. What's the point? I'll get rid of Tail Whip, I guess. Like, geez, Dunkaroo's got a massive ass tail. Ooh. It's got a massive tail on it. You'd think using Tail Whip would, like, send you through the fucking wall. flying out the building at 4 kilometers an hour. Is 4 kilometers an hour fast for, like, movement? I don't know if that's actually fast. That was the best I could come up with. Why are there so many ghosts? I believe if the ghosts grab you, they drag you back to the start. I'm trapped. Well, now I'm not. Weave Nation, as they say. Someone says that. I don't know who, but someone does say that. Favorite Tugs character? Barely seen any of Tugs. What are your thoughts on Sodor Then and Now? Haven't seen it. I would like to. It is something I'd like to do a review on one day, but I haven't. I honestly thought when I first saw Sodor Then and Now, I thought that it was like... Oh, wait, no, I might be thinking of something else. There's one where it's like the new arrivals, I think, where it's... I thought that was like showcases for models or something. But apparently it's like an actual series, and I should probably watch it one day. If that's not the same thing, then I don't think I know what Sodor Then and Now is. Unless Sodor Then and Now is that like the one, like the really, really old one? That if it's the really, really old one, I might know. But if it's not, then I might not know. Favorite Tugs character? Barely seen Tugs. Too late, just look it up. I don't really feel scared or anything like that. Well, you've got obsidian balls, I guess. Like, he's a man's man right here, this Zach. Why is this one in particular a different color? I feel like that means something. I hate these ghosts. Go away. Bad touch. Don't. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, we sneak through. Now I can go into the purification chamber. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, so I think if I just stand in here, the ghosts can't get me no matter what. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it doesn't look like they can go inside here. Come, child. I'm gonna walk past that one. I've purified the space here. You can rest yourself for a moment. Thank you. Although it's going to do that every time I walk through it, even if I'm already healed. You're a trainer? Zombies! No, you're looking for... Holy shit! What the... Pacific Productions is like, I have something to say, have $10. Holy crap. Thank you, Pacific Productions, for 10 golden shekels. Oh my gosh. Have you also thought about including animated remakes in your Who Did It Better? I don't mean stuff like Trains or Railworks. I mean actual animated remakes that by fans in animation software. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've thrown around the idea of doing one on a Sodor Fallout story. And there is some animated stuff that would qualify for that. So I've absolutely thought about doing that. I am blown away. You do not have to send $10, my guy, but thank you so much. That is way more generous than you have any need to be. Like, thank you. That is, I can't get over that. Oh my gosh. Zach Scott Nerves of Steel. Thoughts Sodor early years, modern years. Okay, so Sodor Then and Now is what I thought Sodor early years, modern years was. I have seen a little bit of Sodor early years, modern years, but not enough to really talk about it. I hear it's good. I genuinely don't know. One thing I would like to do going forward is like do more series reviews on things. So like go through a series and do like a breakdown of it. I'm actually working on one for later down the road, just like while I'm at work, that I'm just about ready to do the content for, like watch the content. I just wanted to like know what I want to do with it. I thought about doing like a timeline for it, but I don't know if that's really possible because the particular series I'm looking at is kind of, I mean, like a lot of Thomas content is like, here's a story that could fit in the show. So when you timeline it, it's like, well, what am I going to do? Like, go through the entire timeline of the show and then suddenly and then just like squeeze that one in there. Just sneak it in. Like I'm smuggling drugs across the border. Sneck wants to learn Poison Jab. Okay. But yeah, I want to do more, like, series reviews. So, expect those coming, hopefully, sometime before the heat death of the universe. Can I... There's, like, a heart here. I can... Hey, I can heart that. Thank you. Switch your Pokemon? Nah, Sneck's got this. I believe in him. He's a good boy. He's gonna eat some... What is Ghastly? No, actually, though, what is Ghastly? Did you know, while we're talking about Ghastly, apparently Ghastly is supposed to have a diameter of 5 feet. Do you know how fucking big that is? Let me show you real quick. Because I think it's easy to, like, not realize how big 5 feet is. So let's just, you know, let's just do a little bit of tomfoolery here for a second. Drop one of those. So, that. Now let's see if I can bring this up. Where is it? I saved it somewhere in here, I'm sure. Where'd this save to? Oh, it's saved to images. That makes more sense. Okay. My image saved to images. How unforeseen. Who could have guessed? There it is. So, you know. Looks a little something like this. That's something to the tune of 5 feet for you right there. Absolutely fucking massive, lad. I don't know where anyone gets off making something this big. There's no reason for the beach ball to be that ginormous. And that's supposed to be Ghastly. So just imagine a giant head, essentially, with teeth and a big tongue. And that's Ghastly. That is absolutely fucking terrifying. Like, it doesn't look that big on the thing here because obviously they can't make the model that massive. It would be just impractical. But my gosh, that is that's horrifying. Can you imagine, like, you're walking around, let's say you're a Pokemon trainer, you're walking around, you're having a good time. All of a sudden you encounter giant Gene Simmons looking ass ball of fumes with like vampire teeth and a creepy smile, and I'm pretty sure in the show, like, Haunter, which is the evolved form, licks one of Ash's Pokemon. If that thing fucking licked me, I would just go into cardiac arrest right there. Like, no cap. My soul would exit my body instantly. Someone's asking, I've seen plenty of the Mandela catalog. Nothing scares me now. Yeah, fair enough. I've not seen a whole lot of the Mandela catalog. I like to think I'm pretty brave, but I would probably piss my pants watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Which I hear is good, and I do actually want to see it one day. So, I'll probably do that. It'll probably be the same day I watch the frickin' Sonic movie. I've been sitting on that one since 2020. Did you ever watch the Pokemon anime? I did when it was on 4Kids as a little kid. So I thought it and Dinosaur King were the same show. I've never seen Dinosaur King, but I did see the Pokemon anime. That is something that I'm very familiar with. I started watching around when Gen 2 was still airing, I'm pretty sure. And then they transitioned into Gen 3, and then Gen 4 which was very good. I really like Diamond and Pearl. And then they got to Gen 5, and then I watched the first, I think 2 seasons, maybe it's 1, I don't know how they break it up. The first half of Gen 5, up to when Ash gets his 8th badge, and then I just stopped. I stopped when Meloetta showed up. I don't know why, because I was really excited to see that stuff. Because as a kid, I'm like, oh, it's... Because there's like a whole thing, because... spoilers for a freaking 10-year-old cartoon. Ash's Oshawott has like the hots for every female that's ever walked the planet. He's like the new Brock. And Meloetta is, you know, we're not gonna... I won't go too deep into it, but you know. So he's like horny as fuck. And I remember seeing that and be like, oh, that... For some reason, that was just super funny to me, and I never actually watched it, so that'll forever be an enigma of what happened in that arc. And I think N shows up somewhere, and I remember I saw one episode with Getsis, and he has a stupid fucking voice. I remember bursting out laughing when I heard his voice. And then I've resumed when it got to the Pokemon League. And then... that last battle with Ash and the Riolu kid pissed me the fuck off. If you don't want to hear spoilers, I'll try to make it brief as I can. But Ash is fighting this freaking guy was that a tiny ghost? That was a tiny ghost. The ghost of Rattata's gone by. Ash is fighting this fucking guy, and he reveals, like, I only have 5 Pokemon instead of 6. And you're thinking, oh, Ash has got this in the bag. And then this kid's fucking Riolu just starts steamrolling everyone. Like, he fucks up his flying bird boy, and then he fucks up Ash's Snivy, and then he starts going toe-to-toe with Pikachu, and he's just, like, getting his ass beat the entire time, but he keeps getting back up. It pissed me off so gosh dang much. Because his Riolu evolves into Lucario, like, mid-fight with his Snivy, and then fucking wins. He comes from a 3-1 deficit, and wins out of just, like, balls to the wall, no anything. Just pulls out the victory out of his ass. And at that point, I was like, that's stupid, I hate that. And then I stopped watching the show for a long time. I think it was a good few years at least. And, oh, shit, I just looked over at the chat, I was too busy ranting. Pacific Productions just donated another $5. I watched the Sonic movie once, legally, still have yet to watch the second one. Pacific Productions, you don't... I do appreciate you sending over some money. You by no means are obligated to do so. I like, thank you so much. That is super nice that you're supporting me like this. Like, I don't do YouTube as a job, but I really do appreciate it. I just, like, I'm blown away by the generosity today. Thank you so much. Zach the Very Lucky Engine, you haven't seen the Sonic movie? 85 exclamation points and question marks. You have got some homework to do now, pal. I know, I have to see the Sonic movie. I wanted to see it when it came out, but I was busy. I had other things that I needed to do, and so I just never did it. And I don't know anything about it other than Sonic got a facelift, and I hear that it's good. I hear that Sonic 1 and 2 are good movies. You and Pacific Productions are missing out on a lot with Sonic 1 and 2. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Where'd the... Okay, we're back. I accidentally nudged a cord. And, my capture card stopped reading for a second. Oops. Do you want to switch your Pokemon? Nah. Sneck's got this. Sneck is going to take out this whole tower by himself. He's level 26, going up against Pokemon, like, 8 levels higher than him, and he's beating ass and taking names. I thought the game crashed. Dude, I didn't know what happened, but I was like, oh, piss and tits and shit. Sometimes I'll just, when something happens, I'll just start, like, busting out swears for nothing, like, overtly offensive. Like, I'm not gonna say anything racist or anything. But sometimes I'll just like bust out like half a dozen swear words in succession that just doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, fuck, shit, cock, ass, balls, something like that. That's a good example. Nightshade. Oh, that's why she's doing so much damage to me, because she's doing like a quarter of my health in one shot. Okay. For a second I didn't know if Hippity Hoppity Get Off My Property had a grass type move. I was like, if he only has Headbutt, I'm screwed. Also, I might be screwed anyway, because Confusion sucks. Please be enough. There it is. Cool. Good job, Froggo. I like Sneck. I also like Sneck. Sneck's good. I appreciate Sneck a lot. He's done good work. Level 29 now. Dunkaroo grew to level 23. Cool. Lorenzo grew to level 26. He's still not a Nidoking. We defeated Chancellor Amelia. Epic. Oh, speaking of Pokemon that we could evolve, I have a Venonat who's like one level away from evolution. Because I was doing some grinding. There he is, Venonat, who does not have a name because he's not part of the Cool Kids Club. Supernova, you can go in the box for now. I think we'll be okay. Oh, just juke right past him. Weaving on him. Let's check our Pokemon here. Healing items. Sneck is seen better days. He is hurt as fuck. No, not... Okay, Jenna, don't guzzle down a potion, please. Who's your favorite Sneck? In general? Or in Pokemon? Do I have a favorite snake? Do I have a favorite snake? Yes, I do, actually. Snake from Metal Gear Metal Gear. Yeah, Snake from Metal Gear, final answer to both. It's, what's my favorite Snake Pokemon? It's Snake from Metal Gear. It's Solid Snake. What a freaking name that is, Solid Snake. Like, I'm not gonna go into why that's such a name, but it's a name, if you catch my drift. I think we're probably... You wanna know what? Let's switch things out here a little bit just to get some visual variety, because Snake is kinda hogging all the spotlight here. Does Venonat know Psybeam? Yeah, we'll switch in Venonat for a little bit. Because Ghost types in this game are weak to Psychic types. Which isn't so much of a problem in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee for the Nintendo Switch. But in Pokemon Yellow, that means that Psychic types have no weakness. And I know that there's going to be someone in the back being like, oh, but what about Bug types? What about Bug types? Like... any bug type in this game cannot stack up to the sheer... I think actually Venonat will die if he stays in this fight. To the sheer, like, kick-assness that is Alakazam, or the other one. The smaller Alakazam. The one that... Kadabra, that's the one. The baby Alakazam. Might as well frickin' be Alakazam, though, because if you have a Kadabra in, like, old Gen 1 Pokemon, you are, like, the king, essentially. There's very few things that can stop you. Zach, I'm not reading that. I'm sorry. You're sorry, too, which, you know what, we'll both be sorry. We'll be sorry together. Venonat wants to learn Psychic. Well, I mean, don't mind if I do. I mean, why does he learn Psybeam and then immediately learn Psychic the next level? Do you like Thomas crossovers? I personally do. Extreme negative opinions on the matter is what you've seen. Pardon me for 1 second. Just give me 1 second to respond to that question. I need to take care of something. Sorry about that. I'm back now. Thoughts on Thomas crossovers? Can you give me some examples? Because I can't actually think of, pardon me, many Thomas crossovers. Other than if you want to count Magic Railroad as a crossover between Shining Time and Thomas, I don't really know if you can count that. Thomas crossovers. I swore I saw one that was in my YouTube recommended feed right before starting this. That was like Thomas crossed over with the girl from Turning Red, which is a movie I haven't seen. But I've only heard, the only thing I know about Turning Red is that some critic criticized it. It was like, oh, it's not a movie for me. And then people were like, how dare you criticize this? You can't criticize a movie that doesn't pertain to you. You're not a small child going through, I think it's a metaphor for puberty. How dare you? And I'm like, okay. I have not seen the movie. I can't really comment on it. I don't like commenting on things that I haven't seen, so I'm sorry. Where is... I gotta go to my spreadsheet to find the moth. The Venomoth. And 1 hour and 16 minutes. Cool. Very epic, as the kids say. I think that's something that they say. And oh my gosh, I turned away for 1 second and there's like 45 chat things. Oh shoot, there's too many to recommend. By all means, recommend some to me. I've got nothing but time. The Red Panda Express is what you're referring to. Yes, that was what it was called. Do I want to learn Gus? Not particularly. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've watched like 5 or 7 minutes of that crossover, and I wanted to disconnect from Minecraft. Oh no. What if I go into my bag? Will this fix it? It didn't fix it. It didn't. If I play with Jenna, will this fix it? Jenna, help. The background is not looking good. Jenna, if I give you belly... You don't want belly rubs. Oh, we're in trouble now. It also didn't fix it. That, I have not seen that effect before. Oh, it sent me all the way back to the heckin' shit dicks fudge. I should put that on a shirt. Sometimes I just say something and I'm like, oh, I should, like, if I was a serious YouTuber, I could put something like that on a shirt and be like, one thing, I think one that I would absolutely want to do is, well, I think the font choice could be better, but other than that, and just, like, have it all in, like, different fonts, so, like, one that's, like, handwriting, one that's Comic Sans, one that's Impact, yeah. Oh, am I stuck again? Okay, maybe I can, like, bait. Oh, maybe I can bait. Okay, we baited. Cool. Now we run back. This actually takes me back to here, which is nice. I have not seen the Mario movie. That is the long... You want to know how long my frickin' list of movies goes back for my backlog? I'm backlogged up all the way to frickin' Frozen 1. That's how little movies I've seen. Like, I do not watch movies. I think I could, like, genuinely count the list of movies I can remember seeing on one hand. I think it's, like, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Okay, you know, let's not count Thomas movies, because those are kind of in a league of their own. I saw the Avengers once when it first came out. The first Avengers movie. I saw frickin' Snow Queen, which is a YouTube movies movie, so you know it's high quality. I saw... That's it. I'm pretty sure that's... Oh no, I saw The Chipmunks. I remember vividly going to the movies with my grandma and watching The Chipmunks. That was something that happened. and that's it. And then I remember seeing Frozen, being like, oh, I want to watch that movie one day. And then I remember seeing Zootopia and being like, oh, I want to watch that movie one day. I want to watch Zootopia before catching up. I've not seen a single Disney movie. I own The Lion King. I've not seen it. I've never watched it. I have it on VHS. So, yeah. Excuse me? Twitch? Yeah, I've never seen Frozen. I'm sorry. I haven't seen the Mario movie either. I've heard that the Mario movie is very good. I feel like I would like it a lot. Also, it's a big spooky ghost. Now, you might think to yourself, what's the difference between this spooky ghost and the other spooky ghosts? Well, this one is big. And Jenna is trembling in fear and won't let me take another step forward. Jenna is quite afraid of ghosts, as we'll find. And if we give her head pats, she's very spooked. She's very scared. So we're going to leave. Actually, you know what I can do? Yeah, she doesn't like it here. We can partner play. Now, you might be wondering, first, what's the secret techniques? You can use chop down, which is cut, or light up, which is flash. And I'm not gonna make a flash joke. You can do that yourself. It doesn't do anything. You can just, flash will automatically activate when you're in a dark cave. I don't know why that's the thing you can do. And cut, you just have to like touch a tree and press A. But you can feed Eevee berries. And bananas. She likes the bananas a lot, apparently. And pineapples. Whole pineapple. Have a whole pineapple, Jenna. You've earned it. You're level 37 by means of me not knowing that I could put you in the box for a little bit. I gotta catch up on the chat now. Will Power Wilson from Railways a Cartoon is another one that I want to, cover. Because that is such a weird series to me, where it's like, it looks like an Elsa Gate thing, but it's actually really good. Like, it's actually put together really well. Thomas is a prominent character with other famous blue engines like Carrie Jr. and the little engine that could. Oh, why are there so many ghosts? Stop. Get it. Go away. Man, why are there so many ghosts in this cemetery? How unforeseen. Jenna's still... Aw. I love the expressions. I can't keep patting Jenna every 5 seconds, but I do like seeing the expressions. They're very nice. I've never seen the original Lion King. No, I have not. I'm very sorry. I just haven't. Watch Runaway Train 1985. It is an experience. It's also very good. I genuinely, I don't think I can name a single train. Oh, wait. I don't know if this counts as a movie. It was aired on TV. Does anyone remember frickin' the Care Bears animated, it was like a series where it was like the Nutcracker. The Care Bears Nutcracker. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Where they're on a train and there's like 4 episodes, like it's like a start episode, and then there's like 4 episodes of them on a train, and then something happens and it turns out the train conductor is real cool or something. And he gets all the ladies, or I honestly don't remember. Nope, not at all. Was that just like, how much meth was I on as a kid? Jeez. Have I seen Stories of War? Absolutely. I think it is Victor Tanzik's best, in my opinion. It's among the best. Genuinely, it could have been a conclusion to the entire series. It was very good. We have no bananas today, an oldie but a goodie. I haven't heard that expression since my dad. Eggman Nega, are you my dad in disguise? You might be. I've only ever heard my dad say that. Also, here's Jesse and James from that one show. That's kind of neat. I like that they were put in. I think this is like one of 2 times where they're actually canon in the series. That's cool. I like that. There's actually, speaking of the show and games overlapping, there is an option to make your character go from Pokemon Journeys. but I wouldn't wish being Go upon my worst fucking enemy, so we're not doing that. Like, I'm sorry. Go is a fine character eventually, but he, like, after watching, like, so much of Pokemon, and then you get to Go, who's like, he's like the straight man for Ash, but I don't know. I remember people being like, oh, Go sucks. He's an awful character. And then, like, the first episode where him and Ash are together he's just a piece of shit. I remember coming around to him eventually, and I don't think he's a bad character, but he's not among my favorites. So yeah. My first exposure to the Nutcracker was Barbie. It had Tim Curry. It was so good. Did you ever watch The Muppet Show? I've not watched The Muppet Show. Pokemon House, where love is volunteered freely. How nice. Yeah, I've never seen The Muppet Show. I think I saw... I remember going camping one day with my dad, and... or for, like, a summer with my dad. And, we were in, like, this... where we weren't in our usual spot. My dad, for, like, the past 10 years, has gotten the same camping spot in the same thing every year. And except for 1 year, where we were in another spot that was, like, neighboring a second site. So there's, like, 5 sites and a bunch of plots, right? So we were in a different plot in the same site. That was not a good way of explaining it. Let me try again. So there are 5, like, loops with campsites. And we were in the same loop, but a different, like, spot. Like, a different slot. Was I using the iconic shower bag? I think the shower bag came a little later. This was later on in the timeline. Be sure to name your... Oh, this guy's no longer the name raider. He's just... because you can just change the names on the fly. Makes sense to me. Which reminds me of another story, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So... I remember we were going to bed one night. I think it was the night that we actually were first there. And I was just falling asleep. Just about to close my eyes. When I hear from, like, another plot that was, like, close, but, like, not... It was in, like, throwing distance, but it wasn't particularly close. All of a sudden, just, like, the intro to a Muppets movie, just, like, we're back by popular demand. And my dad was just like, son of a bitch. And it was hilarious. It was so funny. I don't think he enjoyed that camping trip particularly. I liked it. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I loved every camping trip wherever we're on, but I remember that being pretty funny. Just there was like these 3 families who all knew each other, and they had this big projector, I guess, with these big freaking speakers. And they just started blasting the fucking Muppets movie. It was so loud. Like, and our site was at least, like, protected by trees. Or that loop was protected by trees in some places. Not where we were. Like, we could see directly into the other loop. But their loop was, like, you can see your neighbor, like, right outside your door. Like, there's no privacy at all. And so I can't imagine, like, being one of their neighbors and having to listen to that at all hours of the night. It was so loud. It was absurd. And, like, we weren't, like, right next to them, so I can only imagine it was freaking ultra loud. And we never saw them during a day, so I assume that they were always, like, up late at night. And there were a bunch of kids there, too, so that's probably why they were watching the Muppets movie. I don't think a bunch of grown men were up drinking and watching the Muppets movie, although that also sounds equally fun. And my dad, he never, like, every time there was, like, a little bit of riffraff at the campsite or people just having fun, he would be like, that's not allowed. These guys, they're having too much fun. This is too much. Did you ever encounter any sea bears on your camping trip? No, we stayed inside the circle, thankfully. We didn't wear a sombrero in a funny way, so we were safe from that. We had our protective circle on at all times. Um, Gosh, those camping trips were just full of all kinds of trials and tribulations. Someone's asking me on another note, have you seen Thomas and the Fortune Teller? I have seen Thomas and the Fortune Teller. What do I think of Thomas and the Fortune Teller? It good. It's very good. I would like to see that dark subplot get paid off one day. I feel like it's never going to. I have a lot of respect for enterprising engines. But I can't help but feel like so much time has passed since that episode. Maybe I'm wrong. But the last few that he's made are like very like world buildy slice of life kind of stories. That aren't particularly like focused on moving that plot line forward. So yeah. But I thought it was good. I think it's really good, and I hope that one day he resolves that storyline, because there's clearly something darker going on there. Maybe he already has. I haven't seen all of Enterprising Engines, so I don't know. But overall, I do really like his work. He's very funny. He's just generally a really good person. Like, I've not spoken to him in person, but over text. And he's generally just like an upbeat kind of guy. He's very nice. Yeah. Did you ever go on any train rides? I did once as a kid. We went to this place. Does Day Out with Thomas count? Because if Day Out with Thomas counts, then definitely there were 2 times. If Day Out with Thomas doesn't count, then there was one time where I got to ride on a real steam train. In this like mountainous area. I'm not gonna say where I live, because I like my privacy a little bit. I don't want people stalking me, because not that I think anyone in this chat would be like, he lives in Ohio, I'm gonna go and firebomb his house. But you never know. Like, it's better to be safe than sorry, because I've heard stories about people who have like these really unhealthy relationships with the people that they watch, where they get like obsessed with them. And, you know, I try to protect myself as best I can, but I don't believe anyone in this chat would do that, but also it's always good to just have that level of anonymity. So we were in this mountainous area of unknown origin, and I got to go on a steam train, and then afterwards we went to the gift shop, and there was a Bachman Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle playset, and that was my first like electric train set. And I did not take very good care of it because it got fucked up. Thomas, he's seen better days since then. I also got an Edward who lost his dome, and I don't know how or why, but he just lost his dome somewhere. So Thomas is missing a whistle and I think a lamp. Annie or Clarabelle are missing buffers, and Edward's missing a dome. I have an idea involving those characters for a darker Thomas thing that I played around with, but I haven't really dedicated any time to. I think to do it, I would have to take the motors out of them, and I'm not sure how to do that, and also like make them look dilapidated. That might be something in the future. I don't know. Have you seen Tobias and the Half Pariah? I did back in 20. I didn't see it right away. I know that. I know that I saw it a few years after it came out. And I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, I'll watch a little bit of this. I'm not a big movie fan. So, excuse me. So, I'll watch a little bit of it and I'll see what I think. And I ended up watching the entire thing in one go, basically. I'm pretty sure it was one go. And it was absolutely unlike anything I've ever seen. It was so good. There was so much heart and soul put into it. And I'm really looking forward to the sequel. I said earlier that, the sequel I'm really looking forward to. But that, it's going to be hard to top the original. And I have full confidence that he can. But my gosh, like that first outing was so much fun. It was such a good thing. It was just such a good piece of media. And even today, I would still consider, like, if you're new to the fandom and you want, like, a good piece of Thomas fan content to watch, that would be one that I would point to. Like, Whole Hog. That would be my first choice. Did you see Shed 17 and Project G1? I watched Shed 17 front to back once with my friend who was not a Thomas fan. And we shat our pants by the end of that thing. That ending is traumatic. It is horrifying. And it was at a time where I was fairly young, so I probably shouldn't have been watching it, because watching it that young, I think it like scared me in a way that is not healthy for someone to be scared in. So yeah, I only watched it the once. Project G1, I did not watch because I was too spooked. I could probably watch it now if I really wanted to, and be okay with it, because like it's scary in the same way that like those PS1 horror games are scary. Like, they're uncanny, and I mean the blood and gore and stuff is and the spooky faces, you know, it is also scary. But I think I'd probably do better with it now. I've seen enough of it to get the gist, and I've also read the transcript on it as a wiki, so I read the transcript, so I get the idea. Yeah, I know how the story goes. I just don't know. I have not seen it play out fully. Maybe one day I will. Maybe, I'm not sure. Could happen. Could even be a review. But I gotta get past that gosh dang skeleton. That skeleton is like, I rewatched a little bit of that the other day, and it's rough. It's hard to look at, and not in like a bad way. Like, it's hard to look at in like a, this is gross and disturbing me kind of way. That's the problem with predecessors, going back to Tobias and the one guy. They leave big shoes to fill. Yes, they absolutely do. I 100% agree. It's a very difficult to, you know, fill the shoes of something that like made such an impact. Because I don't think there were actually very many Thomas feature-length films before that one. So I'm interested to see what he does to like make it like top it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think, were there any like feature-length Thomas films? I remember there were like big like multi-episode arcs. Those I do remember seeing. There was one where like Toby gets sold to another railway. This Tangle is being a fucking bastard. Like no cap. 100% just being... I'm sending my dripped out Eevee to go and beat some ass. Jenna, it's time for your favorite move and mine. The famous Eevee attack that generations will look to for centuries to come. Fucking nuke him. Jenna's sure hit move. The fuck 'em up attack. Beat some ass. Like, literally just like, look at that. Is that not the greatest freaking like animation for an attack ever? And now Jen is sleepy. The attack took so much out of her that she fell asleep. Shit. Lorenzo, get in there. Lorenzo should be able to do something. But at times there's superior sequels like Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Puss in Boots: The Last Witch. I've not seen any of those movies. I didn't even know Judgment Day had a sequel, or was a sequel. Iron Man 2, though, which I also haven't seen. I have not seen a lot of movies. Don't ask me about movies, because unless it's a Thomas movie, and even then, it's a little iffy whether or not that's something I've seen. Because I can name a good few Thomas movies that I've watched. Like, the first 3 model movies I've watched. Hero of the Rails, Day of the Diesels, which I actually remember liking at least the start of it. I remember thinking was pretty good. Now I really wish I had Scarlet in here, because I'm getting my cheeks freaking clapped here. Blue Mountain Mystery, which felt like an extended episode, but was still pretty good. what else was there? I think that after that, that's basically it. And I haven't seen any of, like, the Brenner. Oh, no! I saw The Adventure Begins. And that was that. There were 3 model movies. Yeah, Magic Railroad, Airplane Land, and The Great Discovery. Also, hi, Paul Lynch. How's it hanging? How's it going? Are you doing your tax returns like you should be? Are you evading the IRS? Gosh knows I am. Every day, all day, every day, baby. Do I look like someone who pays his taxes? Absolutely not. I'm gonna say that and then get a letter in the mail from the fucking FBI being like, so, where are your taxes, eh? You owe us $20 billion in taxes. And I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Chief. And then I'll evaporate into the air. Because that's just something I can do. Oh my gosh, he took that. I mean, I don't think Venomoth... Okay, we both suck. Venomoth is not particularly beefy or especially strong, and neither is Onyx defensively. So we just kind of both suck. This Rock Slide, though, might actually kill me. Oh no, Venomoth hung on. Way to be. Look at that. Look at his freaking eye. Like, wait, I want to see if I can... Cameraman, I need you to go back to... You're not going to show Venomoth. Oh, there he is. His eyes are creepy. Like, Venomoth, I hate that you can just see him looking behind him. Like, you can... When you're behind him, you can see him. That iris at all times. Joker, I'm crazy enough to take you on, Batman, No, I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no thank you. One of my favorite freaking lines from the Joker. I like, you'd think the Joker would just be like, oh, the IRS want to fuck with me? I'll just send them a pipe bomb in the mail or something. Like, you think that'd be easy mode for the Joker. Joker looks at the IRS and is like, fucking dicks. That timing was impeccable. I guess we're going back. Also, where am I in the Steamy Awards? Well, you know, it's like one of those, well, you see, it's, so Eevee, right? Eevee's pretty cool. Let's talk about Eevee for a little bit. Oh my gosh. That's the one thing that I'm glad, well, maybe I shouldn't be glad. Maybe it did happen, I'm just not thinking hard enough about it. But I never got messages from people being like, well, why wasn't I in the awards show? Why wasn't I, like, given an award? I definitely think that kind of energy might have been there, or maybe people just didn't like the award format. I don't know. Oh, I need to heal, don't I? Looking back at it like a year after, there definitely were things I could do better, but I still stand by the choices that I made. Just with all the content that was available to me at the time. Like, yeah, there are things that have changed since then. Like, probably most ambitious would have gone to Project Tiger Moth if it was out sooner. Probably best series might have gone to Howen if it was like a complete package. I mean, technically Stories of Sodor is still an ongoing series, but like it just felt like it had a strong, like it was just stronger beat for beat in everywhere that counted for a series, in my opinion. But I don't want to get into that. That's old news and stuff. Dunkaroo, you need to start getting some freaking levels. Oh my gosh, you're slowing down the team here. I am going to, because we don't really need Venomoth anymore, and I'm not really big into moths. So, who do we bring out? Let's bring Scarlet back out, and Scarlet and Jenna can spend some time together. Is that going to be like my new... Is that going to be my storyline for this? Is that Jenna and Scarlet are like a couple, and they're like the gay representation that Pokemon needs. I dig it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I'm telling everyone about your taxes. No, you wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare. Maybe you would. Maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Dieselworks123. Hello from New Zealand. Hi, New Zealand. What happened to Old Zealand? That's what I want to know. I'll get to the rest of your question in a second. But first I gotta know, where is Old Zealand? What happened to it? Is this Clefairy gonna beat my ass? No, we're good. So where's Old Zealand? Where on the map? Show it to me. Where on the flat earth is Old Zealand? Moving on. Love your content, dude. Love the spooky stories video as they quickly became my favorite type of Thomas stories. Dude, spooky Thomas stories are freaking awesome. I don't know what it is. Actually, I can take a guess about it. It's a lot of it has to do with just like most scary episodes in kids shows are like you never feel like you're in danger in them because it's usually like fake darkness. Like it's like a blue dark and not like a in Thomas it's like a like dark. Like it feels dark. Like in a cartoon, it doesn't feel dark, right? I had a video idea about that. I've been rotating through some ideas for potential videos, and one of them was like why Thomas does dark so well, and like looking at the original idea was like looking at things in the darkness using like video enhancing tools to bring out little details, because that's one thing I learned while doing the spooky stories video is you find a lot of stuff, like there's a lot of stuff that's hidden in the darkness that you can't see without doing certain things. So I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to make a video about it, but I couldn't find a good angle for it. So that maybe I just need to think a little harder about it, but it wasn't happening. Not today anyway. This girl has a Kadabra. Oh, hippity hoppity. I think I'm on her property, actually. I'm nearly 27 now, but when I was younger, Arya and Bert from Stepney Gets Lost terrified me as a kid, along with some stuff. Along with some of those front-on... Oh, yeah, the front-on camera shots. That one of James in, frickin'... What's it called? What is it called now? The one of James in James and the Trouble with Trees is... like, that scared me for a long time. I had the Make Someone Happy... Well, I have the Make Someone Happy VHS. And I remember that specific shot scared the heck out of me. And then, ironically, that episode became one of my favorites. Like, and I remember one of my older cousins or older family members being like, he used to be so scared of this episode, now it's the one he wants to watch the most. What the heck? Yeah, it's funny. What's your email address? What is my email address? That's a good question. I don't know if I really want to give my email address out on stream. Not my personal one, anyway. I'll give you know what? I'll give you the business email. Do I want to give the business email? I don't know if I. No. Yeah, the business email is the business email. The business email is playdon'tpausebusiness@gmail.com. No caps. No capital letters. If you want to send me an email, by all means, you are more than welcome to do so. Hopefully me giving that email address doesn't, like, compromise me in any way. I don't think it will. I'm trying to think of what I'm logged in on that one. That one is, like, a separate thing. Because I don't want to give out my personal email, because that is a recipe for 10 different kinds of disaster. I've chosen the worst Pokemon to fight this Machoke. Oh my gosh. I could not have chosen any poorer of a choice if I tried. Sneck. Sneck? Sneck. Yeah, let's go with Sneck. Yeah, so you can email that. Please do not email me malware or scams or I don't know, pictures of socks. I don't want those either. Pictures of socks that are not your socks either. Like, don't go around taking pictures of people's socks. I do know Victor Tanzik's email address, but that one I can't give out on stream. That's just not happening. That's a step beyond what I'm comfortable with doing. I'm sorry about that. I can't just give out other people's email address. It's like if I gave someone's phone number out. Like, if you want to get in touch with Usual Bloke Luke, call 1-800-69-420-XD-RAR. That's a phone number. Maybe. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just something I can't. He has not been paralyzed one gosh dang time. What the heck? In fact, I think he might have even had guts. Oh wait, no, there's no abilities. Yeah. He did not have guts, but he could have. He could have had guts. It was not smart for me to paralyze him. Where can you find his email address? I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure he has that hidden. I would check the about page on his channel, but if not, that's not really something I can do. I would recommend leaving a comment of some kind. Don't give your email address, though, if you do. Like, don't put your email address in a comment, because that is not good. That is bad. Because you're practically giving away half of your... I shouldn't be saying this. You're giving away half your login right there. So, yeah. Maybe don't do that. I need to go back and heal, because my guys got a little messed up. And I know Jenna could probably, like, beat up pretty much anyone there, because she's, like, 5 nuclear warheads smushed down and compacted into an Eevee. But I also want to have some of my other Pokemon do stuff. The same shit happened to me when I was playing X and Y for the first time. Because they give you the EXP all, and it's a great tool, don't get me wrong. But I was so used to, like, you give the EXP share to one Pokemon, and then you hold on to it. When you get the EXP all, you just get levels like crazy. And so I'm trying to level up, like, I had a Pancham and a frickin'... not one of the birds. What other Pokemon did I have? I had a Pancham. Pancham was on the team, this I know. But I had a bunch of lower level Pokemon that I wanted to do stuff with. And I couldn't because I'd gotten the Fennekin. And Fennekin, which turned into Braixen, is just fucking cracked. I don't know why, but for some reason Braixen and Delphox are absurdly powerful. Eggman Nega asked a question that may have disappeared. I don't think I saw a question. It depends what you typed, because it might have... YouTube might... Well, no, if YouTube flagged it, then I would still see it. So I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. Feel free to ask it again. I did not see a question. It might have disappeared. What are your thoughts on Oliver? The guy... Which Oliver? John Oliver? Oliver the Tank Engine? Or... Olive Garden? My opinion is the exact same on all three, but you must specify first. Was there anything Thomas related that scared you as a kid? Fucking Diesel 10, which I can see is also scared you. Did he just one-shot me? Did he just... What? Excuse me. Did I just get one-banged? Oh my gosh. This is the guy who has frickin' 5 horn drills. I remember him. I've played through this game once before. And there's a couple trainers who just have one-shot techniques. Like moves that just kill you in one hit. And for some reason they always frickin' hit. I don't know why. Yep, he's got horn drill. And it hits like a gosh dang supernova. Oh my gosh. Yes, Diesel 10 scared me as a kid. That claw, my dad would like imitate the claw and he'd be like, it's the claw. I think that was like a wrestling thing. But yeah, Diesel 10 freaking scared me. I also remember just being scared by the angry faces of the characters, but I think that was more me being a pacifist as a kid and not liking conflict. which was bullshit because when you're a kid, that's the only time where you can beat some ass and get away with it. I asked if you've seen All Engines Go. Oh, yes, I do remember you asking that in a thing. I've seen one of them, I think. If they're the ones I'm thinking of, I have seen one of them. Honestly, it is crazy how, like, close that looked to be. Like, when I first saw it, I couldn't tell if it was 2D or 3D. It was crazy how, like, dead on it was. But I could definitely tell something was up because, frickin'... Okay, he's missed all of his horn drills. The faces didn't always mesh well with the camera angle. That's the one thing that you can usually tell is when something's off. I can't believe all my Pokemon got frickin' taken out by a gamer. How embarrassing. Not only did half my team get messed up, it was from a frickin' gamer at that. A mere gamer was able to fell a third of my gosh dang team, Sneck and Dunkaroo, and I really wanted them to get XP from that. Gosh dang it. Don't underestimate gamers. They are stronger. They're always hiding their true potential. Have you seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and have you played any of the games? Speaking of which, what's your favorite? So here's the funny thing about me. I am a really big Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I've not played any of the games. I know too much lore about them, thanks to Game Theory. Not played any of the games. I think the only one that I played was a little bit of the Pizza Simulator, and I pissed and shit myself. Well, not related to the game. That was a different thing. Just implies so much. Yeah. I really enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it is a very fun series. I have not seen the movie either, but I would like to at some point. I don't know anything about it other than it exists. I remember seeing the animatronics and thinking that they look digitally imposed. That's the one criticism I'll make about it, is I saw a bit of the trailer. The animatronics do not look like they belong in that world. Maybe it's just me, but I think it would have been done better if they were physical, like, robots. I don't know how you do it, but you could... I feel like you could find a way, because they don't look like they belong there. I also just used Poison Jab on a Poison type. Heck. How does Sneck use Poison Jab? What is he jabbing with? His nose? His tail? Does he just throw his body at the opponent and just, like... He does, like, Kenshiro's, like... attack, but he just with his body, and he's using like both ends of his... I don't frickin' know, man. Someone explain in the comments. I want a detailed and thorough explanation of how Sneck is able to use Poison Jab. Specifically Sneck. It has to be him. Can't be any other snake. Can't be Sir Viper, or that's the only one that I know. I think there's only one. I think Sir Viper's the only other snake Pokemon. Oh, wait, no. There's one in Gen 8 or 9 that's like a... He's like a balled up snake. I just kicked my my desk. Ow. He's like a balled up snake in the desert. Gen 9 is a game that I'm really looking forward to streaming when I get around to it. I've heard people say, oh, it's Gen 9 is broken. I disagree. I mean, well, it's not properly optimized. I will say that, and the camera gets a little finicky. But I never encountered any game-breaking glitches. Like, there was never anything that I was like, oh, that's broken. Except for one... Okay, that's not entirely true. There was one thing where, because I was being stupid, I got myself propped up on a piece of geometry that I wasn't supposed to be on, and I fell infinitely until the game reset my location. The animatronics in the movie are physical props puppets in the movie. Not animated, they are really there. Are they? I don't know. Like, I don't want to Google it because it'll, like, spoil the entire thing probably. But they look digital. Like, they look like they don't belong there. Oh my gosh, it's Usual Bloke Luke. The guy. He's come to watch me beat up a Jolteon with my non-evolved Jolteon. In Pokemon Red and Blue on... I wouldn't call it easy mode. Would I call it easy mode? I would call it more convenient mode. It's... maybe I would call it easy mode. It's definitely an easier game, but I also think it is just more fun than the Red and Blue games. There's just more. Yeah. Take a sip of my delicious, nutritious Diet Coke so that my voice doesn't explode into a billion pieces. Gosh dang it. I just clicked on something for a second. Just to check something. And I had sent someone I've never seen. You know what? Let me pull it up. Let's pull up real quick. Because this was, when I saw this, it gosh dang just about nearly blew my mind. I didn't blow, okay, let me rephrase that. It blew my mind in the sense that, like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing because it looked so cursed. Like, it looked like an AI generated this image. So, you know Jack in the Pack, right? A little thing. It exists. That's all you really need to know for this, is that it is a thing. It does exist, technically. There's concept art for it. I've never seen the concept art for Jack in the Pack before. And I was watching Luke's video, because I mentioned earlier he sent it to me before it went to premiere. And I saw the thing for Jack. Oh my gosh. What is that? What even is this? What is this? Genuinely. Honest to gosh. Where am I? Oh, geez, I've lost everything. There we go. I've lost my thing for a second. What are we looking at here? This looks like an AI-generated image. What's this, like, scorpion? I know it's supposed to be a digger claw, but it looks like he's a scorpion. Like, it looks cursed to me, and I don't know why. It's just wrong, and oh my gosh, I don't like, dislike, bad, put it away, kill it with freaking fire. I don't like that at all. I know it's supposed to be like, the yellow guy, is it Scoop from Bob the Builder? It could be Scoop. It just doesn't look good on Jack. That design looks so weird. I mean, there's... Oh, sorry. Getting back to someone asked about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. There's 2 sets of them. Full robot one that... and the set that people are inside to make the move. Foxy's the only one who's fully animatronic. I don't think I follow, but I think I understand enough. Ever see Project Tiger Moth, the good old days? I did. It is good. That'll probably be a future video at some point. Animatronics were built by Jim Henderson's Creature Workshop. Same guys as Sesame Street, Muppets, and so on. Really? I didn't know that. I do want to see that movie one day. It looks like a good movie. It looks like a fun time. Whether or not it is a good movie or just like a fun Five Nights at Freddy's movie, because apparently critics fucking hate it. Which, I mean, critics, I would never... Here's one thing I want to talk about real quick. When I do a review, don't take what I say or what a critic says as, like, absolute gospel. Like, you can take an opinion into account when you're watching something. But don't take it as, like, the be-all, end-all. Because, like, when I say, oh, the font choice on this doesn't look very good, that's just me pointing out something. Like, I'm not, like, claiming to be the final guy who's like, no, this is how it's gonna be forever. He has fucking Horn Drill too! What the shit? What are you... Another gamer. Gosh dang it. How many gamers are there? I don't think Dunkaroo is gonna do very well in this fight. I think it's hippity hoppity, get off my property time. Yeah, I just want to say that, like, just because I say, oh, I like this, or oh, I don't like this, that doesn't mean that, like, you liking or disliking something is wrong. Like, Oh, for fuck, piss off. You wanna know I don't like? Fucking Horn Drill when the AI has it, because the AI never misses with Horn Drill. I can count on one hand the amount of times Horn Drill's landed for me. But AI, when they get Horn Drill, they're just like, LMAO, it's time for a show, Horn Drill. And then they hit me with it, and they put 15 holes in my Pokemon. And then I'm just like standing there at a loss for what to do, and they're rolling on the floor laughing. So Scarlet, get in there. Jenna, feel free to cheer on your girlfriend. Yeah. If Jenna could actually get the thingy right now, that'd be great. Because you can actually... Don't you dare! Oh, you bastard. That confusion better do something for me, because Scarlet's not a great choice. She had Dig at one point, and I got rid of it because just it wasn't very powerful. But now I wish I had it. Although Flamethrower does a good bit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She hung on? Scarlet lived off of that. What the heck? You know what? I'm going for it. I'm going for the Flamethrower. Scarlet, you earned this one. Come on. If Scarlet seriously lives this... Oh my gosh, he's like on the tiniest tick of energy. No! Aw. That could have been so... That would have been awesome. I didn't know that they could survive a one-hit KO, like, through the power of friendship. Another gamer bites the dust. Now give me your frickin' money and get out of my way. I never want to talk to you again. Now there's two. What do we look like here? Not good. We're not looking great. I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe Confused Ray didn't do anything for me. Like, that should have at least been like... If he would have hit himself once there, that would have been perfect. But I guess it's fine. I'm glad I'm not doing like a Nuzlocke or something, because that would... That's a game ender right there. Genuinely, that would be the end of the run. Heal up all the boys. Alrighty, so... What is this? This is another... Oh, this takes us to Celadon City. Which is like, Oh, we're fighting another guy. Celadon is like right beside Saffron, I think. Because Saffron... Here's something, a Pokemon headcanon of mine that might be interesting to you. I've always considered Saffron City to be like the crime city, like the Gotham of Kanto. And the reason I think that is because you can't enter it unless you're like... unless you bribed the guards to get in. And Team Rocket's base is there. And also Sabrina comes off to me, at least in the original games, as someone who... Because there's two gyms, right? So I wonder if the reason Sabrina's gym is like on top and the fighting dojo isn't is because they have like... They've got like backed money from Team Rocket, and they were able to basically just like kick out the fighting type gym because they only have fighting types and they have like way stronger psychic types that are like backed by Team Rocket. I don't know. There's nothing. The only thing that comes close to that is in like the Pokemon Adventures manga, where that kind of is the case a little bit. It looks like anyway. Like Sabrina is part of Team Rocket. But I wonder if that's like what they were going for in the game, or if that's just me overthinking it. Even if it is me overthinking it, I still think it's a fun little fan theory. But yeah, I think we're probably gonna beat up these two lasses. These two lasses Pokemon. That's what I was gonna say. We're gonna fight these two lasses, and then we're gonna call it a day. Cause, yeah, we've been going for about 2 hours now, and I think I've had my fill for streaming. This was nice though. This was a fun. I enjoy doing these impromptu streams where we just get to talk and just hang out and stuff. I don't like that this Meowth is just faking out. Now, yeah, you can't do it again. You silly Billy with your cat pounded into dust. Let's maybe send... We're not getting a lot of XP from these fights, and I don't know why. I feel like I should be getting more than 100 little ticks of experience. I'm just looking at my stream stats here. I'm genuinely surprised. We've had no dropped frames. Everything's just been good. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like the stream's, like, pulling together pretty nicely. Unless something's gone like incredibly wrong on this end that I'm just not privy to, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, I just got a billion pings though. Let's close that for now. Gotta love when Discord's just, although I think my desktop audio is muted, so I don't think it would pick up anyway, which is cool. Scarlet wants to learn Fire Blast. Yes, please. Let's get rid of Roar. I've never used Roar. Roar's like, I always keep the tactical moves until I can no longer until I don't have use for them anymore. I don't particularly like Fire Blast. It's very strong, but it's got like 70 accuracy, and in Pokemon, having 70 accuracy, you might as well just have a fucking blindfold on. Like, it just never hits. Which makes sense, though, because you wouldn't want a Pokemon to have, like, crazy powerful attack that hits 100% of the time with no drawbacks. You wanna balance it a little bit. He's using Feint, and now he's going to Feint. Was burned nice and crispy. Actually, I think that's like the last good move that Scarlet can learn. So, considering we got a Firestone, how's about we put it to good use? Power Pocket. I think we can also buy Firestones from somewhere else. You might be wondering, well, what happens if you do it to Jenna? Jenna will not accept any stone. You can't evolve your Eevee in this game. Which kind of sucks, because your partner, or not your partner, your rival can evolve his Pikachu. You can't evolve Eevee no matter what you do. And I don't know why. I wish you could, because there's a ton of evolutions, and it would be really cool to like choose what your starter can do. You just can't, and it kind of sucks. So we're gonna give it to Scarlet. And Scarlet is going to become a wonderful Ninetales. And I actually really like Ninetales. Ninetales is one of my favorite designs from Pokemon. I'm just going to go and type that in to my thing. I missed it. Gosh dang it. That's at 2 hours and 13 minutes. 2:13. There we go. Alrighty, so we added some Pokemon to the Pokedex. Pretty good. I wanted to read that, but I didn't get to. So, shoot. Yeah, I think... Well, we'll fight this girl here and we'll call it a day. I don't know what she could have if the other one had 3 cats. I guess she's like the crazy cat lady. She only has 1, and it's a Pikachu. And as is tradition in Pokemon, when you encounter a Pikachu, you are legally obligated to murder it with your Eevee. That is just the law. You can only fight Pikachu with Eevee in this game. You're not allowed to have anyone else do it. So Jenna, get in there. Use Slam. Jenna just phases through the attack because she's hacking. She's in no clip mode right now. And just fucking decimate him. Concave his skull and hers. Good shit. Good time. Look what you did to my poor, cute Pokemon. His brain has been, like, turned inside out from that. What do you have to say? Saffron City's gatekeeper won't let us through. I know he's doing his job, but I think he's mean. Yeah, that's fair enough. Alrighty, I think that's going to do it for the stream. If anyone's got any further questions, I'd be happy to take them. If you don't have any further questions, then I guess we're done for the day. I'm just gonna look through something here real quick. Where is... Oh, it's in my edits thing, that's right. There it is. Oh, that's very big. Come on. I love doing these things where I'm talking while doing something off screen so that you can't see it, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like, what's he doing? We'll never know. V. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing V. Alrighty. Good time was had by all. I'm good for today. I'm gonna go and do some video editing and some other stuff. Yeah. Probably gonna try to get some progress done so my weekly report doesn't look like nothing. Yeah, someone's asking, Claude is asking, where can I donate? You by no means have to. If you really want to, there is a thing, there's a button for doing super chats, or you can do it in the description. There's a $sign next to every video where you can like leave a comment with money on it. And I think it makes it so that I see it. I don't know. I've never received a comment super chat before, but yeah. But by no means feel like you're obligated to donate. Like, I don't do YouTube regularly, so it does support me, but I'm not gonna like sit here and beg for money or anything. Like, anything that you give is like ultra appreciated, but by no means required. Adam, you're what are happen, Adam? What